So maybe roughly a decade ago, I got this game here, Ancient Terrible Things from Pleasant Company Games. Later on they came out with a second edition, and then there was a bit more upgrades on the 10-year anniversary of the conception of the game. And right now they've got a Kickstarter for Reawakening, which could be a third edition of the game, but it's not, because actually they've changed so much, it's a whole new gaming experience. And while I sit there and look at it and decide if I want to back to upgrade or get a whole new copy or whatever, I thought I'd just unbox the original and have a look at what's in there, as I've picked up a lot of the stuff they've released over the years. So let's just open up and see what's in the box. To start with, we've got a nice rules booklet here. Just get this out. And then here we have the original game board, which came with all the original locations printed on it, as well as you've got your swag deck and stuff. And then in here is just another box and some dice, because that's right, when there came the Lost Charter expansion, almost everything fitted in there. And this was just some extra skull pips they did. It's all the usual dice, but these have got little skulls instead of pips. Nice and thematic. And then, so the Lost Charter expansion box, this contains everything from the base game and the expansion and all the rest. And I made it more travel size, but I've just kept it in there for now. So I've got the Lost Charter rules. Here we're going to see here, so I've got all my individual playing characters bagged up with their starting resources. Just grab all these guys out. Here we've got all the secret tokens. And these are just between 0 to 3, and they're set up at the game, and then you just pick whatever's the lowest number left. Here I've got Madness of Mcguffin. I'll take it out. I remember getting this, and it's got a couple of Mcguffins. I've not actually played it since I picked this up, which is quite terrible of me. But here we've got all these hats. We've got Mcguffin's map, mask, another hat, measure, madness, and our natural mystic. And rules for the Madness of Mcguffin, which hopefully I will eventually use before I play a different game. Here I've got the map, I've got 5 times tokens, and an extra token in there for turn order, reroll, something I can't quite remember, and a book. Here we've got all the tokens for the game, just in one bag. Here we've got all the original dice. As you can see, no skull pips on these ones, so not as exciting as the new ones. Deck of cards here, and this is just the original swag deck. Plus anything picked up from the extra games, expansions and so on. Got down here, these came with the Lost Charter expansion and meant you could actually play the game without a board. So these are all the original locations. So you could just basically wherever you wanted, just lay them out and just play without needing the board at all, which was quite cool. It made it more travel friendly and fit in the little box. As well as Expedition Track, Yawning Chasm, a little advert, and then Ghastly Gorge. Just up here, these are all the scenario cards and stuff for the players. So you pick which scenario you want to do, and it will tell you what dice give you what tokens. Got our achievement cards, and then obviously all the starting players, and this would be for the expansion for being friendly, I'm pretty sure. And just a little counter here, 0, 1, 2, 3. Here we have all of our encounters. And there's quite a big deck, it fills the entire bag. So they're in stages, so you've got red's the hardest, you have orange is medium, and green's the easiest. Flipping over, so starting off, that's just a pair of 4s or higher and so on. This guy is a run of 4. Walking Dead, 2 pairs. Moving on to the ambers, then Hungry Trail. You can see points like from 2 points to 8 points sort of thing. Flood. I think some of these were events and they were added in the expansion. So instead of just being like something you had to conquer, it's actual like there, like a dimensional gate. Book of Unspeakable Truth. The Colonel. Hand in the Pit. Lights from the Beyond. And then the final lot of cards, these are all like the feat cards which give you special abilities and stuff you can use throughout the game. So you just spend your feat tokens to do whatever the power is, normally to mitigate dice, to take tokens, to take the starting player, move stuff around, etc. And they're all just these. And finally, this should be the character boards right at the bottom. So the Prophetess obviously was the 5th player who came in the expansion. So you can see she's got the reroll tracker already and got the turn sequence there. Whereas the original 4 here don't have a reroll tracker. They just tell you what all the locations do, but have the same turn sequence there, and it tells you what they start with, etc. And they quite tight fit in the box, to be honest. And the very bottom of the box was just this nice little riverboat, so you could put it in there and the box could actually be used for a dice tray as well. And there we are, that's pretty much everything you got in the box for the base game, the Lost Chart expansion, the Mcguffin, the Skull Pips, like pretty much everything released up to now except for a couple of promo cards. There we go. So if you pick up an original copy, second hand or anything, which might be a lot on the market now that Reawakening's on Kickstarter, that's what you'd expect to get. If you view the Kickstarter page, you'll see some changes, like there's now only 5 locations, but when someone goes there, everyone gets to do actions and so on. So they have completely revamped the game, and it's quite an interesting take. From what I've seen, from the one review I've watched anyway, they're happy with a lot of the changes, although the one thing they mentioned was that you shop a bit less, but still quite a good game. And I need to get it to the table at least once more and use the Mcguffins, because as you see, they're still unplayed since I got them. But there should be more Terrible Things videos there eventually, more unboxings to follow, so thanks for watching, hope to catch you soon.